Namaste, friends. My name is Rupesh Singh, and I am a scientist. My research area is immunology. I work on the cellular and molecular levels of how our body fights with outside threats such as infections and inflammation. I have done some research on the air pollution and its health effect and published 4 research papers. As you know, there are alarming concerns about Delhi's air pollution, AQI, and PM2.5. Therefore, I am making this short educational video on Delhi air pollution for general awareness. In this short video, I am going to explain the very basics of the air pollution, like AQI and PM2.5. How does these numbers are calculated and what does the AQI numbers mean? Okay, so let's start. So as you can see, you might be hearing a lot about AQI and this and that. So these are my research papers, my work on the air pollution and their air pollution's effect on our overall health. Our papers are freely available to read. If any one of you wants to learn more, comment and let me know and I will put the link in the comment box. What is air pollution? Basically, it is a serious health and environmental threat. It consists of chemical and particles in the atmosphere and mostly a mixture of hazardous substances. Air pollution can rise from natural sources such as volcanic eruptions, wildfire, but most of the air pollutions are human activities like automobile exhaust, air travel, space exploration, and fireworks, war, like Russia-Ukraine war, or anywhere, wherever there is like some combustion of fuels or automobile exhaust or some particulate matter that can go up in the atmosphere is the source of air pollution. Now, next to it, AQI, Air Quality Index. I hope those of you who are watching this video are familiar with the word AQI. आप रोज न्यूज में सुनते होंगे या देखते होंगे कि आज दिल्ली का AQI इतना हो गया, रोज नया रिकॉर्ड बन रहा है. So what does this AQI means? You see these numbers in different color. I will come to those in the next couple of slides and I will explain. But basically, AQI is calculated based on the concentration of major air pollutants and converting those value, like what is their concentration, converting those values in a single numerical score that reflects the air quality and its potential health impact. So these are the major pollutants that are responsible for AQI numbers. Carbon monoxide, like many of we know, a colorless, odorless gas, right? Ozone, SO2, and particulate matter. This is like the PM. You might be hearing a lot of PM 2.5 and all that. So all the AQI game in New Delhi is mostly because of this, and these are also a combination of those. The PM or particulate matter air pollution, this is basically an invisible threat. Why it is an invisible threat? Let's explain it. So this number after the PM, it represents the size of those particles. So like if the particle is 10 micron or smaller, that is the coarse PM or PM10. PM2.5, which is mostly referred in the news, these two. So 2.5 is the size is even smaller. I mean, this is just I'm showing it's not this much big. It's very small. And ultrafine PM, so it's 0.01 micron. So for a size perspective, if you look, that's the human hair. That's the limit of our vision we can see. I mean, so this is around 100 micron, probably zero point 0.1 thick. And then white blood cells, red blood cells, bacteria is 1 micron. So the PM is somewhere around the size of an RBC, red blood cell, and viruses and all that. So on the side front, if you look, this is the uh, image of a hair representation, and these are the PM10 and these are PM2.5. So roughly PM2.5 is approximately 25 times less small than a human hair. So clearly we cannot see that with our eyes. So that's why it is an invisible threat. I was just checking the AQI levels of New Delhi this morning, and as expected, Delhi tops the world in AQI numbers, which is not a good thing. Like you can see, I think it's 585 and 431, and I'm sure you can go to this website iqair.com and look for anywhere in the world or in New Delhi, and you will see some of these numbers. And also or other website which are like different numbers, 685, 491, and all of that. Everywhere the number is more than 500 and is real bad. But what does these numbers mean? If someone say, okay, AQI is 100, this is just a number, or what these numbers actually they do mean something in the color associated. So if AQI is between 0 to 50, that represent basically that means the PM in that air, the PM2.5 concentration is 0 to 12 microgram per meter cube. AQI is good, so no problem, healthy air. Moderate level 51 to 100, AQI acceptable, still not a problem. This is some pollution. But as soon as the AQI level goes beyond 100 or they increase more than 100 and up to 150, so this is usually unhealthy for sensitive groups like some people, those who have a breathing problem or some other issue like asthma or running nose. So this will cause problem to them, but a normal healthy person may see some uncomfortable, but otherwise they are okay. Beyond 150 or 150 to 200 AQI means that the PM concentration is more than 56 and up to 150, and that's unhealthy for everyone. So you see, compare even around more than 56, PM2.5 comes unhealthy for everyone. But then after that, it's just like downhill. Very unhealthy if AQI is 200 to 300, and AQI is measured only up to 500. And Delhi's air right now is more than 500 AQI. So this is like hazardous. That means serious damage to our health is happening, and that is irreversible. That cannot be reversed. So basically what happens, होता क्या है, जैसे जब हम पॉल्यूटेड एयर ब्रीथ करते हैं तो ये इतनी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है क्यों? So it's basically these tiny particles, they when we inhale, they go deep down in our lungs, and then they can reach to every other part of the body, like in the hearts, like in the kidneys, and they have been detected there, and even that they can cross the blood-brain barrier, and they are causing the inflammation there and damaging our immune system, and also they can regulate or alter our gene expression, which I am not going to talk about in this presentation, but maybe in the next video if you like about it. This can cause all the serious problem associated with the breathing and even like the lung cancer or cardiovascular like the coronary artery disease, heart failure, brain stroke. All of this are associated with that, and if person is already sick a little bit, then these problem will increase if we are breathing the bad air. Like the AQI 500 is like really really bad. Like here in this slide, as you can see, first you will notice the respiratory effect like coughing, wheezing, or a lot of shortness of breath, chest tightness, increased sickness, premature death, asthma, bronchitis, runny nose, pneumonia, sort of breathing problem. They appear first because you inhale, the particles reach lung, and then the problem. And next comes to the lung related issue, airway inflammation. So like you can see a lot of respiratory infection and all that. Yeah, another thing is that these PM particles, once they reach the lungs, they damage the immune system in such a way that now we are more susceptible or more likely to get the viral infection. So something like you say, कोड़ में खाज, एक तो बंदा ऑलरेडी बुरी हवा में सांस ले रहा है, ऊपर से उसमें इन्फेक्शन भी वायरस का हो जाएगा. For the cardiovascular effect, they are like mostly later on, not immediate effect. So this is the chronic inflammation. That means when a person living there. So those who are living in Delhi, I don't want to scare you, but this is the truth. In later on in your life, you are more likely to experience the cardiovascular effects. So these include diabetes, kidney problem, high blood pressure, or coronary artery disease, heart problem, congenital heart failure, heart stroke, all sort of things. Basically, the PM particle can interfere the normal rhythm of the heart, so like the electrical signal that affect the heart contraction and blood pumping. They can affect with the blood capacity, the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood, and also plaque formation in the artery, so thinning of the artery, and now the blood clotting will happen. Recently, I was like in past couple of years, we have seen a lot in the news, like young people are dying with the heart failure and all the of sort of the blood clotting problem or strokes. This could be a one of the cause or one of the associated problem with it. I'm not saying this is the only one, but this could be one of the reason. And I just do a casual search on the PubMed, and you can see in the last 5 years, there are many more respiratory diseases and lung inflammation, cardiovascular, asthma, COPD, and lung inflammation, not only in India, but globally. So this is like in whole world. So air pollution is like a global problem, not in India, but Delhi is in one of top of them. Okay, so I explained all of it. So this problem, that problem, what we can do about it. I mean, the best is if the air can be clean, but that cannot be done in overnight or anything. We can prevent ourselves. How? At indoor, we can use air purifier. But if you look for, I am not advertising any of those. So this is just my suggestion to get a air purifier that is true HEPA filter capable, not any air purifier, but a HEPA filter. The HEPA filter is high efficiency particulate air that can capture these tiny PM2.5 particles and bigger. And so you can breathe clean air. When we go out to prevent ourselves, we can use masks. Even the normal surgical mask is enough to get most of the bad exposure away. But if someone wants, they can take N95 masks, most effective. K95 is almost okay. And surgical masks, they are like our regular masks. So these are the some of the preventive tool you can use and save yourself from a later in life. So that's all. Let me know how you like it, and if you're more interested in these kind of short videos, I will make one more in the next, like how the air pollution effect on lung inflammation. In this, I will probably talk about asthma and viral infection. And until then, thank you and Happy New Year. Bye bye.